Hey guys, it's Isabel and today I'm here bringing you my December wrap-up. These are all of the books that I was able to read over the month of December. Part of this increase in amount of books read over the month has to do with something that I can't quite talk about yet, but if it happens and when I'm able to, I'll be excited to share it with you, but I can't really discuss it now. I was just able to read a lot of books because of this, or I kind of had to. All of these books are advanced reader's copies, so I'm very excited to be able to share them with you so that you guys can go out and look for them and, you know, get excited about them. There are a lot of these that I cannot wait for you all to be able to read. I'm so excited for them to come out. I want you all to be able to experience them and just get them and read them, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I have. So let's get started with the wrap up. The first book I have to show you is my favorite out of the ones I've read this month, and it is one of my new all-time favorite books. It's phenomenal, and that is The First Time She Drowned by Carrie Clutter. This book is about a girl named Cassie O'Malley who is 18 and is finally old enough to check herself out of the mental institute that her mother threw her in 2 years ago. Out of the institute, she goes back into the world to reclaim her life by going to college, making new friends, and trying to salvage the relationship between her and her mother. They have a dark past, which has a lot to do with things in Cassie's childhood, which later come up in the story, and have a big effect on the way you see her and you see her mother and just their sort of bad relationship throughout her childhood and her constantly seeking out her mother's love and never feeling like she ever got it back. Guys, this book, when I read the back, it sounded interesting and I was excited to read it, but I did not expect it to be what it turned out to be. This book is phenomenal. It is so beautifully written and crafted. The story is told just phenomenally. The author does such a great job and has such a unique and just really beautiful writing style that I absolutely love. She told a very good story and you found yourself just caught in this need, like Cassie, to find that unrequited love that she and her mother have, and to find a love for her mother to love her, and you're rooting for her, and there's you start to not like the mom. There's so much in this. I went through so many emotions, and it affects you so personally. Even if you haven't experienced something like this, it just really opens your eyes to the different types of relationships and parental relationships, and sometimes I take for granted how great of a relationship I have with my parents and how close my mom and I are, and this book definitely opened my eyes to the fact that some people aren't very close with their families, and it just made me appreciate that more and see another side to the world. It's dark, it's twisted, but at the same time just a gorgeously crafted, well-told story. Guys, when this comes out, it comes out in March. You need to get your hands on this and read this. You won't regret it. It is a just exquisite, amazing story. You will love it. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Next is one that I think a lot of you will be excited about, and it is The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. This was such a good story, a good romance story, and it's one of those fantasy books that I absolutely love, and it's where the beginning is so far and different from the end of the book. So much happens in this. When you get to the end, the beginning of the book will feel nostalgic in a way, like something so far away, another lifetime. That's how much happens in this book, and it's phenomenal. It was really great, you guys. You're gonna love it. I love it. It's one of my favorites, and favorites by her. The next book I have is The Forbidden Wish by Jessica Corey. This book is so cute, you guys. I love it. It's fast-paced, it's fun, it's funny. It has a very developed and strong story, but it's not overly complicated. You won't be confused. There's not too much to this world that is hard to keep up with, and that's not to say that it isn't a very unique, interesting, and well-developed story. There is a lot to this world. There is a lot of layers and relationships, but it is not complicated. It's fun, fast-paced, easy to follow. I really enjoyed this, you guys. The next is one that I was super excited to get because Victoria Scott and Lindsay Cummings both said that they loved this book and they read an arc of it and it was great. And so when I got an arc, I was very excited. And this book is Wink Poppy Midnight by April Genevieve Tucholke. I don't know how to say that name. This book was very unique and different. It was out there, it was mysterious, and her writing is just, it's so easy to read. It was an enjoyable read. It kept you very interested and intrigued, and the story did that as well. It wasn't too complicated. It was very dark and mysterious and different, so to say that it was a very fun book to read, I mean, it is and it wasn't. It was more of just a very interesting and intriguing read. And the last book I read is Anne and the Swallow Man by Gabriel Savitt. Not one of my favorites. While the writing was very good, it wasn't one of my absolute favorite books. It was good. Part of the reason it really wasn't one of my favorites, and this is more of a personal thing for me, is that while I love history, historical fiction, I guess, isn't a genre I've really broken into. While I would like to read it, I think just because that's so different than what my favorite genre is, that's something that I would really have to search for and make sure I wanted to read. Just because I haven't very much explored that genre. I also did find the story to be a bit slow and confusing. And confusing because it takes place in Poland during World War II. And I guess everyone should or does have a bit of knowledge on World War II and stuff, but this felt like you had to have a almost insightful look into Poland at that time, or else it was sort of confusing just because of the age of the protagonist and some of the way she's looking at the world. Like, it wasn't meant to be a very factual book, but I found that without really understanding what was going on in that time or what was really taking place and her not being able to completely explain it well, I was just very confused. But don't let that stop you from reading it if you are interested. And you look it up. It's just, in my opinion, I wouldn't really recommend it, and it wasn't a book that I truly enjoyed. So yeah, overall, it was a really good month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books this month versus my 1 or 2. And what's sad is that 5 is very good. 5 is very good for me. But I'm hoping this trend of like 5 or 6 a month is able to continue, but you know, school's starting again and it's getting complicated, so I think I'm really gonna have to sort my time out just to be able to achieve this again in the next coming months. But hopefully I can do it. I'm gonna try. I'm determined to keep this 5 book a month streak up. So that is it for my December wrap up. I don't have a TBR. Sometimes people do wrap ups and TBRs, but I have some books I want to read, but because of the things going on right now, I didn't want to really make a TBR in case that kind of gets pushed aside for some other books I may be reading. It's sort of complicated, so I didn't want to show that to you guys or make one and get my hopes up in a way. I hope you all found something you might want to read or a new book this year that you are excited about. Definitely check out The First Time She Drowned, guys. It was great. So thank you guys again for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. I will see you all next time. Bye!